Come aboard and bring along all your hopes and dreams. Together we will find the great things that we're looking for. One Piece. Dun, dun, dun.
Swag Piece.
That's the Vic Mignogna song.
Yeah.
Theme song when he's driving people.
He sings the English dub cover of it, but
yeah.
I like to think that it's bigger than him. The original version, I sadly don't know the Japanese lyrics for that one. I know a little bit of the Japanese lyrics for one of the newer openings.
Pirate rap.
Ya yo, dreamin'. Don't give it up, Luffy. Dreamin'. Don't give it up, Zolo. I can't believe they go.
So we watched a One Piece movie, 1, 3, and 5.
2, 4, and 6.
Wait, is that what we were supposed to be watching?
Uh-oh.
Well, I also watched 1.
Okay. Yeah, one's kind of a mid. It's not terrible. It's just kind of it's a One Piece movie.
It's a fun little
has
intro, I guess.
Yeah. It's weird because it doesn't... It's like the East Blue Crew minus Sanji, so it's just like, why did you choose to make the movie, like, here instead of, like, 3 episodes later when Sanji would have been introduced? But
why didn't they just get rid of Usopp and replace him with Sanji?
So, I haven't watched a ton of movies this week.
Good.
But, so last week I was on chapter 220, right?
Mm-hmm.
I just finished 427.
So you're like...
You're about to finish Ennis Lobby. It has like 3 chapters left.
Oh, okay. I was going to say...
Is that what it's called? Ennis?
Ennis Lobby.
Ennis Lobby. Ernie's bar.
Juice bar.
Yeah.
Ernie's juice bar.
So yeah, Ennis Lobby and Water 7. Those are like...
It's real good.
Yeah.
It's real fucking good.
I don't want to say it's the peak of One Piece, but it's the point...
It's the peak of Wano.
Wano's been pretty hype. And the arc... So you're going to have Thriller Bark, which is this short little saga. And then after that is like the next big saga that wraps up the first half of One Piece. That arc is fucking...
Is that when the time skip happens?
The time skip happens after that arc. So... Woo!
Yeah, last night I was at 360. And I read like 70 chapters.
Yeah,
I was just like, I'm gonna read one week.
Yeah, I mean, it's good. And be thankful that you are reading the manga, not doing what I did and binging through the anime. Just like, oh wow, I've only got 40 more episodes till I finish the saga. And it's like, oh man. But I was also like in high school. I had a lot of time to kill. I was looking for something big to just kind of escape into. So it worked.
Yeah.
Escaping into big things.
What?
Like a
Naruto
big elevator shaft. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's a big thing you could escape into.
Yeah. We watched a couple things. I feel like every movie I've watched has been with Pierre. It might have been this week.
So sad.
That is sad. Let's see. What's the last thing? I think we watched Captain America after you left last week.
Okay.
We started re-diving into the MCU. So we watched Captain America, Captain Marvel, and Iron Man.
Mm.
Captain America's really good. I like the first movie a lot more than I used to. I was like, whoa!
I think it kind of fizzles out in the like third act when it kind of becomes more of the super. I like it when it's
a mostly like a war movie.
Yeah, I like the beginning when it's like just him kind of coming to terms and he's like, this isn't what I pictured it being.
Yeah.
You know, I always think of that picture where he's drawn. I think it's a monkey in the Captain America suit. And I'm like,
look, it's Luffy.
There you go.
I get it. I felt that way originally, but when I rewatched it, I'm like, I kind of like this third act more. Maybe Marvel's third acts have just gotten worse over the years.
Maybe.
Like, hey.
It's because there was no big sky beam.
That's true. Captain Marvel, I still felt just about the same. I really like that movie.
Mm-hmm.
And then I hate Iron Man.
It's a good movie.
I don't like it. Pierre liked it.
He built it in a cave.
He built it in a cave. And then we watched Fantastic Four and Fantastic Four 2, Rise of the Silver Surfer. Not great.
They're both fantastic movies.
Not the worst. Better than Iron Man.
I think I'd actually maybe watch them before watching Iron Man again. They're more
Because,
fun.
Chris Evans is the Human Torch. Is great casting. And then we watched a horror anime OVA called Wicked City that was wicked bad. Oh!
It was fine.
It was really bad.
Oh, okay.
One
Real
that
bad.
just hates anime.
Yep. That's why I only read manga. And then we watched the live-action Terraformars movie that was directed by Takashi Miike.
Ah, yeah. I haven't actually watched or read any of it, but I've seen
Pierre loves Terraformars.
I've seen some imagery from the manga, and I gotta say, not a fan.
I really like the anime. I haven't read the manga, but like the anime is really good.
I don't like how they depict the cockroaches to look. They just look like really racist depictions of black people, and it just makes me like, ugh.
I don't see it. I like, whenever I hear that, I just think it's like, do you think black people look like that?
Thomas, you right? No.
Uh-oh. The cat's out of the bag. No.
They look freaky,
movie
though.
was rough. Movie was rough. It wasn't like the worst for like the first like 30 minutes, and then it was the worst.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That wasn't good.
That was about it. We also watched there was a short film, there was a Star Fox short film that was made. When the like remake of Star Fox 64 was released for the Wii U. It was okay. There were a lot of furries in it.
Not a good time.
Not a good time. Like One Piece, there's only one furry.
Well,
There's a lot in Annie's lobby, actually.
You're pre-time skip. Just wait.
Oh no, it's post-time skip. The world has been covered in furries. Legoshi is the king of the pirates.
It just becomes Spider-Man Unlimited.
Spider-Man Unlimited. We're gonna rewatch it. I don't remember anything about Spider-Man Unlimited.
I just remember that sick ending.
The massive cliffhanger that will never.
It's not a
resolved.
cliffhanger. It resolves the story right there. They
the world
die.
ends.
No, yeah.
Spoiler alert. Yeah.
Spoiler for Spider-Man Unlimited.
Spider-Man Unlimited.
But yeah, that's what did you do this week? Oh, and I watched One Piece, the movie one, and it was good, decent.
Yeah, I would put that if I had to like.
I really like the fight in it between him and the guy.
Crabman.
Was it Crab guy?
Crabman.
The big lion guy, the golden pirate, whatever the fuck his name is, I can't remember.
Is it El Drago?
It might be.
Yeah. I remember that because they mention him in movie 2.
Oh yeah, they do.
All the One Piece movies are canon.
Was it movie 2 or was it? It might have been movie 4 actually, where they mention him. They say like, "Oh, he used to work for something like that." It was in one of them.
Maybe. I feel like it would make more sense for the second one because the first 3 movies were all directed by the same guy.
I think he also directed the 9th movie, which was like the remake of Drum Island.
It's just Drum Island.
But I'm pretty sure Robin and
Robin and Frankie are in it. It's like an alternate universe where they don't have
the beginning or something.
No, it's just like they're sailing. Nami gets sick like she does in Drum Island, and they have to go there. Only instead of having Vivi on the crew, they have Frankie and Robin who do absolutely nothing in the movie. What are you trying to get a gander of their post-time skip designs initially after?
Yeah, Frankie.
Yeah, a lot of
Fuck!
people don't like Frankie's post-time skip design. I admit, I didn't like it at first. It grew on me.
I don't mind it. He looks like a big mech.
He can press. He is. Yeah, he can press his nose and change his hair like Play-Doh or something.
Powerful.
It's pretty cool. I like it. I feel like most people don't like the design because it's really bulky and they don't like the.
Chopper gets a bigger hat.
His real hat's in that hat. It's like a cover for his hat. Because if you remember, his hat is very special to him because it was given to him by Dr. Hiroyuki.
Yeah, it's like the straw hat.
Yeah, exactly. So he built a nice little cover for it. Something Luffy never does. He just always breaks it and Nami has to fix it.
And I see that is post-time skip when Luffy stops wearing his hat and he just has it around his neck.
Yeah, I think that might happen a little bit before post-time. It might happen around Thriller Bark where he starts kind of like wearing it around his neck more.
Does he carry mashed potatoes?
I do gotta
He carries
say,
pocket meat.
I don't know if Oda's ever met a woman. Like, their proportions, I'm just like, Oda, do you know what a woman looks like?
He married a Nami cosplayer, so...
That's why he made One Piece.
He's like, if I do this, I win.
If I make a character that I'm attracted to and it's popular and people dress up like that character, I can marry that character. And it worked.
You can argue about...
You should have married an Usopp cosplayer.
Well, yeah, Usopp was the plan.
Oh my god. It's an old image. Let me see if I can find it. There's a cursed cosplay of Usopp that is beautiful.
Just Google
I
it.
spent
Cursed Usopp.
$15,000 on plastic surgery to look like Usopp.
Let me see if I can find it. Yup. Is it in focus? Can they see it?
Their lips look like a piece of bologna that they cut a hole into and put on their face.
I think it's like it almost looks like a pink pineapple or something. I don't know what they use.
I hate Usopp so much.
I love Usopp. Usopp's one of the... I mean, they're all... I pretty much love all the Straw Hats, but...
The crew is fine. It's just like, whenever I see Usopp, I'm just like...
This one's kind of strange, too.
You look like Robbie Rotten from the I'm Number One song, and nothing else.
You should cosplay Usopp. You should cosplay Frankie.
Oh, no.
You'd be a good Frankie. Why not?
I don't have the build for Frankie. If
well,
anyone
you have to cut off your arms and make yourself an old robot.
True. I'd have to fuck up the front half of my body and rebuild it, but not the back.
No spoilers. Let's stop the spoiler talk for One Piece that make no sense out of context.
The back of his body is... Are you saying that he cut himself?
You'll see.
The back?
Just read like 300 more chapters.
I just picture something's like bisected sideways.
Here, I'll tell him because it's not a big spoiler.
And then their back is all robotic.
He got fucked up. He got hit by a train, so he basically was like, well, I have to fix myself. But he laid on his back when he did it, so he didn't fix
because
his
he
back.
can't. He specifically was like, I can't reach my back.
Yeah,
so his back's
it's only his
weak
front side that's like cyborg.
So people hit him in the back, and he's like, oh!
Yeah, he's like, oh fuck, my one weakness.
I really like how One Piece kind of feels like Oda came up with these ideas when they were like 10, and then like they were like, that sounds cool, write it down, and then he's just like looking through an old like notebook years later. It's like, what the hell does this mean? It must be important. I'm just gonna draw it.
Yeah, God, I love this series because it's dramatic, it's goofy, it's got like real pertinent world themes, but it's also just got like the kind of childish demeanor that you can look at the world. It's got
When does he show up?
He shows up the next arc. Thriller Bark. Yeah.
Whoa. Okay. Pierre keeps asking us, how big is the crew?
Like at the current point,
is
how
it like
many members?
12 people?
It gets a little tricky. Currently, including Luffy,
1. Everyone dies.
Spoiler. It's currently 11. Not everyone who's on the crew is on this show.
And of all those 11, they have like names and backstories and things going on.
Yeah.
They're all like actual characters and not just like some no-name guy who drops anchor or the guy who turns the cannon.
Yeah, no. They all have some level of backstory. And there's people... They've got a lot of alliances going on post-time skip, so there's a lot of people who travel with the crew, but aren't necessarily a part of it. But a lot of people are thinking that after the current arc, they're going to get some. There's one character who has straight up been like, I want to travel with you, but we don't know if that's going to be the case yet. So it's like...
Oh, I also bought One Piece Pirate Warriors 4.
Oh, nice.
And that gave me a little bit of some spoilers. Like, the opening starts... I'm pretty sure, like, pretty close to current. I'm just like, I don't know what's happening.
Okay, something about the Pirate Warriors games, that's not canon, what you saw. The Pirate Warriors games, they'll come out, and they'll basically, like, to entice fans, they'll be like, we're adapting stuff from the newest saga, and they'll do, game-only ending to the saga. So, like, that beginning, if you're talking about, like, where he gets to the island, he fights...
it was like a
mustache
big woman.
man.
Yeah, big woman and big man.
Yeah.
That's, that... I mean, he does fight them, like, they're the bad guys of the current arc, but that whole scenario you see is not game.
Well, it's mostly like I'm playing the game, and I haven't been playing like the main
mode.
story. I've just been doing like the side stuff that you can do, like the treasure logs, because I don't want to give. The only spoilers I really get is I like see characters that I haven't seen before. If
you keep playing that game, I guarantee you're gonna have the death spoiled.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to. I mean, because I'm pretty close, right? Like if you're pretty on my pace. I'll get there in like a week.
Yeah, you'll get there soon enough.
Can't believe Luffy died. I'm pretty sure I know who it is.
I'm just
like from a storytelling standpoint. I'm pretty sure I can guess who it is. Don't say anything. But.
Yeah, I'd be interested. Like, I think you'll see it coming once it gets more on track. I don't know if there's been enough contextual clues at the point where you're at exactly, but maybe there have been.
So there's somebody on the shirt?
No.
That wouldn't make any sense because there are those times that's a fake shirt to trick people.
I customized a shirt. Came up with my own designs.
Like, even though the character dies, like all of like the promotional material still includes them, so new people jumping in aren't spoiled.
That'd be nice. I was just about to spoil something for Pierre, probably, because I don't think... Have you read the content?
I'm only up to like...
hour-long part.
Never mind, yeah. It wouldn't have spoiled it. But I know
a lot of major plot points out of context.
The anime pissed me off, because when I was going through it, they spoiled the fact that Nico Robin joins the crew, like, 30 episodes early with the fucking anime intro, because they're just they're like, yep, One Piece will do that with the anime intros. The anime intros will spoil you on things like 30 episodes ahead of time, and you're like, well, that would have been nice if I didn't know that. And it's like, damn.
Hopefully no one's like me and starting One Piece right now. If so, they would have skipped it when we started talking about One Piece. So.
Yeah, because I mean, the movies we're talking about today have Robin in.
Yeah, he wouldn't be watching this episode of the podcast.
Yeah, exactly.
They really cared.
Yeah.
Well, it depends how much they love us. Maybe they need to.
But yeah, so...
Do you want to talk about some questions real quick? Oh, did you watch anything else this week?
I watched some different One Piece movies.
You watched Z.
I watched Strong World, Z, and Gold, and I got like halfway through Stampede, but I got kind of tired and I didn't finish it, and I wanted to prioritize these ones. Still sucks.
What? Stampede? Oh.
It's got like one good through line in it.
Stampede like the newest one?
Yeah.
I thought that was supposed to be like really good.
No, Film Gold and Z are like the two really good ones. Gold is like, in my opinion, like the perfect One Piece movie. The only reason why I didn't pick it...
Flashy and fun.
Yeah, that was like when I first saw it.
October 30th, 2019. I want it to be known that Thomas said that One Piece Stampede was flashy and fun, and now he's saying that it's no longer flashy.
I mean, it's flashy. It's definitely flashy. Not as flashy as Buggy, but Buggy's in the movie, so I guess that adds the amount of flash.
He's the main character.
The Buggy solo movie. Not. It's like Joker.
We need a Buggy solo movie. Honestly...
You said Z was pretty good?
Z is really good. It's got like one plot thread in it that I think is really stupid, and I really don't like it. But aside from that, I think the rest of the movie is like really, really good. And then Film Gold is like the perfect One Piece movie. There's like one tiny plot thread that would spoil you, which is the only reason why I didn't pick it. And it's so unnecessary to the movie, I'm kind of upset that it's in there. But aside from that, it's like the perfect One Piece movie.
Well, what do I have to get like that? Chapter 800? Be there in 4 weeks.
Realistically, I'd say technically, it has a Dressrosa spoiler, like something that gets revealed in Dressrosa.
Which is chapter like...
those are like the 700s.
Oh, easy.
But theoretically, because it's like a spoiler, but it's kind of obvious, and it's set up right pre-time skip, like right before pre-time skip. So it's like, you could watch it post-time skip, but if you want to really savor it, wait till after Dressrosa, then you're good to go.
Is it that Usopp is Zoro's brother?
He knew.
Uh-oh.
Usopp's Luffy's dad.
And Zoro's brother. They're all related by blood, turns out.
They're all monkeys.
What?
It's a lot of One Piece is really surprising to me because they're like through lines from like the very beginning, and it feels like Oda's had most of it planned from like the very start.
He's had the broad strokes. Yeah. Like he knows like the general beginning, middle, and end point that he wanted to reach. But beyond that, he's just
he knows
really, he's
the end of One Piece.
I don't think he knows the end.
They're gonna get the One Piece.
He knows what the final chapter of One Piece is gonna be. He said like he's known that since
Luffy's gonna be shitting.
Chapter 1. He's really consistent. He's really good at knowing like what he set up and like how to like make it seem like he's had it plotted out since like the very beginning. Like, because you think he's playing like 4D chess sometimes. You're like, wow, did he really have this figured out like this far back? But no, he's just really good at looking at his old material and going, what can I do to kind of bring this over? Yeah. So he's really good at that. One of his strengths. Yeah, but yeah.
The dog that ate the key to Luffy's cage that one time also ate the One Piece. So I need to go all the way back to that island to go find that dog because it has the One Piece.
Is the last poneglyph? What is it? What are they called?
Poneglyph.
Poneglyph. You haven't even seen.
That sounds like a Harry Potter word.
Read more One Piece. We got like a week.
Are poneglyphs not like a real thing? I thought they were like. They're big slabs.
Pirates aren't even a weird thing. I say weird, I meant real thing. Pirates aren't even a real thing.
Looks like it's a made up word.
Oh, really? Okay.
Well, glyph is real.
It's just been One Piece has been such a part of my life for a long time that it feels real to me.
We're going to talk about the movies?
Yeah.
We're going to talk about questions first from Pierre and then Tito! Question 1. What's the worst taste? Sour, sweet, spicy, salty, or steam?
Steam.
I think salty's the worst.
You eat French fries every goddamn day.
Yeah, and the last time I got French fries at Wendy's, they didn't put any salt on them. They tasted way better. Also, when I was eating pretzels when we were watching One Piece, I was like, I wish these pretzels didn't have salt on them. It was thinking about walking into the kitchen and like scraping off salt with a spoon. But I thought you'd call me a nerd or something if I did that, so I didn't do it.
I do call you a nerd a lot. Because you are one. Poggers. Okay. Yeah, steam and salty. Question 2. Where so you think Tony Hawk is right now? Where do you think Tony Hawk is right now?
I think that...
he's in Honoka'a. He's like... I saw him on TikTok like 2 days ago.
Beach.
I think he got tired of not being recognized by people who grew up.
So now
So he decided to turn into a reindeer and hop into the magical world.
Yeah, pickle.
I thought you were going to say he's like scraping his skin so he looks more like the polygon version of him from Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1.
He's carving himself like a papaya or something.
I was trying to make some dumb like Tony Hawk Chopper joke, but...
I get it.
Tony Chopper would fit in really well like a Tony Hawk game as an unlockable character.
He would.
There should be a One Piece skating game.
That movie had skating in it.
On the frying, yeah.
You already read it. There's the Foxy arc, which has or is that the anime?
Wasn't a fan of that one.
That one, I mean, yeah, it's worse in the anime.
Is it?
It is. I think it's fine. Like I get enjoyment out of it.
I like the fight with Luffy and him, but like.
Yeah, like it's not great.
It just like, mostly feels like I need a break before the next big one.
Yeah,
and it was just kind
that's kind of like what both Skypiea and that arc were. It's just kind of like Oda going like, I want to do like one more fun adventure before I get into the meat of the story here. And then with Skypiea, he just happened to drop a lot of like little things that will become important along the way. But when you're
Skypiea's epic.
Yeah, Skypiea is great. The anime pacing kind of kills it for a lot of people. Like you'll find a lot of people who are like Skypiea bad because Skypiea in anime bad. But Skypiea is a fucking wonderful arc. I love it. Anyway.
Question 3. Quick, you're about to die, but you are able to say one word before you pass on. What do you say? Bazinga!
Oh, jeez. You're probably like Bonkai? I don't know.
I was also going to say Bazinga.
Realistically, I'd probably be like, oh, shit.
That's 2 words.
Shit.
I go, Fortnite.
Oh, no. Victory.
I could say Royale.
Yeah.
We'd all die and go, number 1, victory. We need one more person, so we go Royale.
Well, I'd just make up a new word. I'd take out, like... Be like... I give victory for I... That way people would be like, did he say I get victory on Fortnite or something? That way they're like... There's a little... They can kind of tell what I'm trying to say as a bigger sentence, but it's still technically one word.
I should have said 2 words before you die, because 1 word is a bit too hard.
Yeah.
One Piece. Watch Bleach.
Wow, Bleach.
Wow,
Subscribe.
Scream.
Squeamish.
Screens.
Alright. Questions from Tito.
Yeah.
I should bring questions from someone I know.
Russell.
What's a podcast?
What's COVID?
What if he was one of the people watching this podcast?
How many chickens would it take to kill an elephant?
1.
Are the chickens alive?
How strong are the chickens?
Yeah.
Are they normal chickens?
Yeah, is it a normal chicken or is it one of those like GMO chickens?
Is the elephant alive?
Well, they gotta kill the elephant, so yeah. It's
Does the elephant have legs?
How old is the elephant?
Is it a baby elephant? Okay, so let's say it's a full-grown elephant, perfect health. Chickens, regular chickens, perfect health though. I'd say like 26.
I was gonna go big because it just like a million or something just like crushed them with the weight of the chickens.
I don't know. I don't know. No, chickens are pretty dumb. Elephants are actually pretty smart. Maybe like 114.
Where are they fighting?
I'm gonna say like, imagine like a zoo pen, like where it's just like kind of like a big square. It's got some dirt, maybe some grass.
Is it kind of like fully blocked off? Like, if you filled it with enough chickens, could you make it so the volume of chickens is so high that there's just like no room for the elephant to move or even breathe?
Let's say it's high enough to where it goes over the elephant's head, but if he were to extend his trunk up, he could still breathe.
They could get out. They could get through.
Theoretically, a couple of chickens, if they were to like get up on his like trunk while he's trying to breathe, while he's got it out, while they're trying to drown him, and like just 2 chickens plug up 1 nostril each on that.
Like a dozen chickens get near the mouth.
I don't know. I'm going off cartoon logic here.
If a dozen chickens go near the mouth and like it opens its mouth at some point, they could all just funnel in and just choke it.
They could.
Just by like clogging its esophagus.
I'm gonna say 300 chickens. That I feel like. I don't know. I feel like an elephant, if it's a full-grown elephant, it could probably easily take out a lot of chickens.
Yeah.
The easy way to calculate this is how many chickens do you think would be to take down you, And then how many
I think I could take
of
down
you
an
do you
elephant.
think it would take to take down an
3
elephant?
chickens.
I think it would take like 5 elephants to take out me.
Okay, so
Do I have a gun?
1/5 of you can take down an elephant, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
And then
So
how many
however
chickens
many-
can take down you?
1.
So-
See, but the thing is, it's like rock, paper, scissors. I'm really good against elephants, but my weakness is chicken.
You're just like, oh man, I really fucking love Rock-a-Doodle-Doo. I can't do the chickens dirty.
You watch Rock-a-Doodle.
That's gotta be the Screaming's strategy game. It's just gonna have a rock, paper, scissors dynamic of London chickens and elephants. Those are the 3 unit types.
Okay, next question. I'm gonna say, okay, I'm putting mine at 175 now. That's it.
175. I'm still at like 5 million.
This one's from fucking, what's that game called? Telestrations?
Classic.
I remember this one. If you got home after a long day of work and heard someone in your bathroom only to find 7 foot, 300 pound Shaquille O'Neal in your shower, how would you react? See, in the Telestrations version, I remember them specifically pointing out, like, you come home, candles are lit.
Computer's not charging. That's not good.
Uh-oh. Candles are lit. There's, like, rose petals from the bed to, like, the shower, and you find Shaq in the shower.
That's like paying a completely different
that's
tone.
different. That's a different tone. I'm not going to go with that one.
So
I just wanted to point out I remember that. He's just in your shower. He's just waiting for you.
Does he... Okay, so he's waiting for you. Does he know you're there?
I mean, he probably heard.
I just assume that he's trying to recruit me to his epic basketball team because I'm tall. So I go,
So you can...
what's up, man? Loved you in
Space
Steel.
Jam. Oh.
Shaquille O'Neal wasn't...
Is he not in Space Jam?
No.
Might have had a cameo in Space Jam.
I don't
He's
remember.
basketball player in that basketball movie.
Yeah, but they had Michael Jordan.
And I'm taller than Michael Jordan. I could have been in Space Jam.
Kill Michael Jordan.
I could obliterate Michael Jordan.
To be honest, if they don't know I'm there, I'd probably see if I could hide somewhere and let them finish their shower and hopefully leave.
And then slit their throat.
Well, no, that's going to pretend it didn't happen and make sure properly lock doors from now on.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to engage with them.
I'd be like, Shaq, can you get out of my fucking shower, please? Tito, I know you can relate to this. One time I was over at Tito's house, and this random person walked in, and was like, can I take a hit of your bong? And we were like, he was like, no, get out of my house. What are you doing? Maybe if you had knocked or something. And she was like she was looking like she was going to go back and knock. He's like, no, get the fuck out of my house.
If they went back and knocked...
No, if they had initially done that, it would have been a different story. It was weird. It was a strange experience. Okay. One more. If you could remove one inanimate object from existence, what would it be?
That couch so you'd fall down.
Well, that chair. So you would also fall down.
I'd just be floating.
Yeah.
My one leg strength.
Can it be the whole planet?
Can it be the...
Can I do a whole celestial body?
The planet is technically a living thing, I would say. It's not an inanimate object.
Or at least there are parts of it.
What if I got rid of the moon? The moon's like geologically dead, essentially.
I think I would get rid of...
I mean, the world would be fucked.
It would.
The tides would just go crazy.
Like one or like one thing? Like if I got rid of the invention of chairs, would there just be no chairs?
It's an object.
Eiffel Tower.
Yeah. A single... So it would be a single chair.
Yes.
Better yet, a single screw from the Eiffel Tower, so it'll all collapse.
I don't think it will collapse from a single screw. One leg.
It'll be like the
Eiffel
linchpin
Tower.
keeping it together.
Your car.
Whoa. Rude.
No, I don't know. Pierre's bedroom window.
I
David Lynch's current cup of coffee that he's drinking.
But just the cup part.
The coffee just spilled on their laps, and their knees are just burned.
It's like, God damn it, I know this has something to do with them
The
damn
cell
movies on those
phones.
damn cell phones. But yeah,
The Robert doll.
Yeah, there we go.
Save the world.
Save the world. But wait, that just lets the ghost out.
that was too.
It's Robert behind me.
I'm looking who's on your Star Wars shirt.
Okay.
It's Rose Tico.
Yeah, that's
And
what, I was like, wait, is Rose Tico on your Star Wars shirt?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why aren't they in the middle? They're the main character of Star Wars.
Well,
Is Chewbacca there?
yeah.
He doesn't do anything. He just stands around.
If you could remake any movie in your own style, what would it be? I'd remake Alien Covenant because it's shit, and I hate that they, spoiler alert, killed Shaw.
Good thing I don't remember who that is.
That's the main character from...
Why'd you do that? I'm like, good thing I don't...
I told you that when we reviewed Prometheus.
Didn't remember that.
Shaw's a scientist lady, right?
Yeah, no, I didn't remember that. Yeah.
I
I'd remake Alien Covenant after Thomas remade it to make it worse. No,
That
Make it worse
the
than
same
Ridley Scott
movie.
did?
Yeah.
I don't think you
I'd
could.
remake Pirates of the Caribbean as a One Piece movie.
That would be good. I'm so excited for this live action Netflix series. I'm just
Oh
curious.
yeah, I forgot about that.
It's
They
One
finished
Piece?
filming the Cowboy Bebop one.
Wait,
Oh, nice.
live action One Piece.
Yeah.
Yeah. Netflix got the rights to do a series. It's going to be a multicultural thing. Like, they've already expressed that they're planning on, like, casting all sorts of different, like, ethnicities into the role, which I think is super cool.
There's
Because,
a lot of
like,
white people, or there's a lot, I guess, just Japanese people in One
yeah,
Piece.
because Oda's, like, given each of the Straw Hats, like, their, like, what country they
Where
would...
is Usopp from?
This one might be a little controversial, but he's from Africa, which, because he's got the big nose and the big lips and the curly hair, so it's like,
I to be honest, I always thought Usopp was like Italian.
I
I just assumed he was supposed to be like based off of like Italian people or maybe Greek people, mainly because of
Yeah.
dark curly hair.
I don't think
I just
they're
immediately think Greek.
based on any specific place. That's just where Oda's like, yeah, our world was like the real world. This
You
is
got
what
a
I decided to
dartboard.
do.
It was like,
Luffy's from Brazil, Frankie's American,
good.
Sanji is...
French?
I think he's French.
I would
he's
assume
Swedish.
he, like, speaks French all the
Yeah.
time.
Japanese.
Wait, where's Nami?
Sweden.
Makes sense.
Japanese. Canada.
John's from Canada. Where's Brooke from?
Transylvania is for Robin. I don't remember what Brooke. Let me look that up real quick.
Meanwhile, my movie remake would probably be Aragon
To make it good.
to make it even better, or Avengers Endgame to like make it, but like with like the budget of like $300 or something.
Is that including paying the people?
Yeah.
So they just refuse to
Yeah,
do it.
so it's a bunch of
It'd be
randoms.
me. I'm like, I'm playing everyone.
But that way, like, the MCU is like this huge buildup where it gets bigger and
It's
bigger and bigger. And then the
Infinity War.
last movie is just like a home movie shot in someone's backyard. Most of it takes place in like a single building.
Oh,
Like in my house where I filmed it or
I guess
something.
Brooke is Austrian.
What's Buggy?
I don't know.
He's from the clown.
The
march.
Clown Nation.
Yeah.
Heaven, because he's God.
Also known as Antarctica. They leave.
Where's
Natural
Sky Pia
resource.
supposed to be?
What do you mean? They don't. It's not a 1-for-1.
Just so I'm clear,
comparison.
yeah, One Piece, it isn't like...
I mean,
It's
and
not a
there-
real world.
I will say he takes like certain bits of inspiration from like I think fucking Water 7's based on like Barcelona. I want to say
Sky Pia is based on Walmart.
I don't know where Skype is based on. I know Alabasta is based on like Egypt.
That
Alabama.
makes sense.
Yeah, I don't know where, because he doesn't always take like real. Sometimes he's just like, I have a concept for an island. Like they visit an island later on that's like based on like Disney World and 1940s mobster aesthetic. So it's like,
I love that about One Piece. Is just like each island kind of feels like its own self-contained world.
Exactly.
And it's like
so what's the giant island?
Elbath?
Yeah.
We haven't been there yet.
No, the one where the two are on. The prehistoric.
Oh, Little Garden?
Yeah.
Like the Lost World, maybe?
Kentucky.
Kentucky.
Based on
Ohio.
Like, the old movie, Skull Island. Dinosaurs still alive. Giants exist.
This just feels like the prequel podcast to the Read Weens on One Piece, where we just talk about One Piece.
Pretty much. But we're not diving into the story specifics for that section, so it's like, we're just kind of getting the warm-up here. What? Is that perplexed look on your face? You about to whistle? Is that what that is? Yeah, but... Oh... Yeah. What
Where's
movie?
Shanks from?
He's got a lot of like Nordic kind of shit going on. So yeah.
He said Endgame.
Endgame or Aragon. Only E-movies.
I think I would remake probably just something really bad that I wanted to be good.
Star Wars Episode 9.
Blood Shack.
Justice League, Zack Snyder's Justice League, London Hetty's Justice League.
There you go.
It's
40 out.
It's just the Joker and Batman on a road trip through a post-apocalyptic wasteland, and the
And
Joker
they
keeps
finally
on talking
kiss.
about Pickle
They
Rick.
finally kiss.
It's just a movie where we watch Superman's mustache jump off his face, and we just follow a 40-hour adventure of his mustache just
You
traveling the
went near
world.
your nose. I think it's like Superman, but then he turns into Usopp.
There we go. Superman just grabs a piece of baloney or bologna and
Balam.
Isn't that's a pirate in One Piece?
a baloney?
Yeah. Bellamy, yeah. Bellamy.
Took me a second. I was like, Bellamy. I always get Bellamy and Bellamere mixed up a little bit.
There's a guy who looks like a weird shark guy. He has like really sharp teeth. I think his name starts Bartolomeo or something. Does that ring any bells?
Oh, Bartolomeo?
Yeah, he's in the One Piece game. And I'm like, I don't know who the fuck that is.
He's basically the self-insert for every One Piece
For
fan.
Oda.
Wait, he's the guy at the invisible wall, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, friend Christian was talking about that invisible wall guy for like 20 minutes once when he was driving me to work back
He's
in
fun.
Kilo.
He's a good
He
character.
looks scary.
I liked his power from the description of it. An invisible wall that's unbreakable, and he just does things with it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he's really hyped for Luffy.
He is. Luffy's the whole reason why he set out to sea.
Okay, let's talk about One Piece, movie 2, which is called The Clockwork Island Adventure. They fight Donald Trump.
Yeah, the Bear King. This movie is real simple. It's a real simple one, but I find it to be very enjoyable. I like it. I think it's standard. All the Straw Hats get nerfed pretty much throughout the course of the story. But basically, the premise is Straw Hats have their ship stolen.
doesn't have his shoes.
Oh no! I mean, I
He
get that.
destroyed.
I would kick. Like, I'll kick shit if I have my shoes on, but there's shit I wouldn't kick if I didn't have my shoes on, you know?
Like Pierre.
Yeah.
You're afraid you're gonna bite them.
No, just fucking my toes are gone after the next second.
Mitosis.
There we go. So basically, Straw Hats have their ships stolen. They come across a couple of thieves who are like, hey, we saw your ship there with those pirates, the Bear King's pirates. And they're like, well, we'll just get our ship back. And then the Bear King shows up. Or
He's
his
like, I
crew,
want to have sex with Nami.
he doesn't show up. His crew shows up and they're like, hey, our captain would probably like to marry Nami. So they just steal Nami. Meanwhile, the rest of the Straw Hats, they're with this kid named Aki, and
Is it Aki or Akisu?
or it's Akis.
It's Akiba.
It's Akis, and I don't remember his...
Bortolo.
It's...
Bertolto.
It's something weird. But basically, yeah, those two, they're like, we're gonna steal this big clock that's on this island where the Barricane's hideout just so happens to be, and that's where your ship is. You should come with us, and you can get your navigator and your ship back. So they go, and then Sanji doesn't have his shoes, Zoro doesn't have his swords, they're all on the ship, which was stolen.
Boruto and Akisu.
Ah, yes. Boruto. So basically, yeah, the whole movie, the Straw Hats are, like, nerfed. Luffy's stuck in this, like, closing, like, ceiling floor thing.
A trash compactor.
All the Straw Hats but him get crucified. And
that
then,
was pretty cool.
Because, you know, every single one of them is a metaphor for Jesus, except Luffy, who is a metaphor for God.
Yep. So he basically just, like, he's got, like, this little music box he was found with when he was a baby, because Barto, whatever the heck his name is, it's not Barto. Boruto. Him and Akis are not actually blood related, but they're like brothers of the sea.
True Nakama.
Yep. So they... So yeah, basically, like, Luffy sees this little music box come down, and then he's like, ah! And then he, like, pushes it up. And
he's like, ah!
He beats up the Barricane, who is made of steel, and Luffy's like, I can't really do much, so I'm just gonna, like, ricochet this big bullet you shot at me back at you. And then he saves his crew, and...
Then the island is destroyed.
Yeah, the island's destroyed, but it's okay, because everyone there has ice cream cone hair, like soft serve hair, and they're like, we're smart, and we can just build a new island. And it turns out...
isn't full of pain and destruction.
Yeah, and it turns out that two of the lead soft serve heads there are Aki's parents, and he reunites with them for a brief moment, only to go back with Budo.
He's like, fuck those guys!
Yeah, he's like, they may have given birth to me, but we're brothers of the sea, we're gonna go steal shit. So yeah, then they go off on their own little adventure and split ways, and it's the end of the movie. Yay!
You forgot they find the One Piece.
Oh yeah,
they find the One Piece
in the last, like, 30 seconds of the movie, and Luffy laughs, and it's like...
He's behind a rock.
And then Usopp was, like, doing target practice and accidentally shoots the One Piece away, and they're like, oh no!
Oh, maybe next week,
Just another day for the Straw Hats.
It's just... It reminds me of, like, Danger 5.
Usopp!
Like, the whole objective of that show is, like... Because it's like a group of, like, super spies during World War II, and every week they're like, and we've got to kill Hitler, and every week he jumps out of the window.
When I go work, that's my secondary objective.
Jump out the window.
Or say kill Hitler.
Yeah,
my primary objective is to jump out the window.
It's like, you have to stop the Nazis' evil plan, and the secondary objective, as always, kill Hitler! But, yeah, One Piece movie 2, it's fun. I think the villain is, like, one-dimensional as fuck in this one. That's kind of the...
Same with the first one.
Yeah. So the first 3 movies, they feel more like specials than they do actual movies. They're
also all, like, an hour.
Yeah, they're all an hour, and they weren't actually, like... They weren't, like, wide releases. They were shown at some festival that Shonen Jump used to do. They were screened alongside, like, some of the Digimon movies. So the first 3 movies by that one director are all into that camp. This is the best of the bunch. The middle one, or the first one's kind of meh. This one I like, and then the third one...
You don't like the Chopper movie.
I don't really like the Chopper movie. It's not, like, the worst One Piece movie. But
hate Canadians.
No, it's just it's a strange movie, and honestly, like, I've got mixed feelings on Chopper. I like Chopper enough, but sometimes he's a little too mascotty.
London, play the clip from 30 minutes ago where Thomas says, I love all the One Piece crew.
I do, but I've got like people, you know, they're not all perfect. They've got their problems.
You like some more than others.
What about Usopp?
I love Usopp.
He's like a mascot character.
Who's
not
better,
a mascot
Usopp or Tony Chop?
If you want...
When does Usopp get his Bankai? Does Usopp get stronger?
If one of them needs to die, who would you rather die? Usopp or Chopper?
Well, both of them do die. In chapter 2.
I mean, if you want my real answer, if I had to pick one to go, it would be Chopper. Because Chopper, spoiler alert, is my least favorite member of the crew, probably.
Including Luffy? No, I'm just kidding.
Luffy, sue me for liking the main character. Luffy's probably my favorite.
Me
Straw
too.
Hat. I like Luffy. I love all of them.
Except for Chopper, apparently.
I like Chopper. I even go as far to say I love him, but there are certain aspects of his character that I don't like. Anyway, yeah, I like Zoro's one. I like, although when it comes to like, there's some real toxicity when it comes to like Zoro and Sanji fanboys. I think I like Zoro better, but I'm willing to admit Sanji is the more fleshed out character of the two.
All he does is simp and cook food.
I have the full scope of the series.
Oh, he simps, cooks food, and hates Italians.
Oh no!
That's why
You think you're the culinary geniuses of the world, but it is me, the French.
If I had to pick a top, Bam, probably
Bam.
Robin's my third. I like Usopp and Frankie probably about equally.
And Nami's way at the bottom.
No, I wouldn't say she's at the bottom. I'd say she's above the bottom. I like Nami. I love Nami. I love all the Straw Hats.
Except for No.
I mean, yeah, I love
Where's
Chopper.
Garp?
remember.
Garp's not a Straw Hat.
Honorary straw.
He's not an honorary Straw Hat.
Where's Paulie?
He's an honor.
Depending on Garp is like a controversial character because you'll see.
Because their name is
Where's Blackface?
You'll kind of see. You'll get it. You'll get it when it happens, but you'll fall on one side or the other.
He says the N-word with a hard R and like just casually, and everyone kind of is just like, huh? And then like they just kind of go with it, and then he never says it again, but just one time. But that's like really dividing line that sets up a later story arc where the Straw Hats are like in a big civil war where it's like it just boils to the surface. It's the whole mess, and Cap was wrong.
Anyway,
animation in movie 2 is like kind of
it's
okay.
above average for the anime.
Until the Sanji fight.
And then randomly the Sanji fight looks really good.
Yeah.
Like, and then the other fights look fine, but Sanji specifically, the kicks
It's like
look
really
good. Which is weird.
Usopp ate all those farts.
Yeah, Usopp fought the fart demon.
Zoro fought the Joker.
Yeah, the guy who mispronounces every phrase. He's like me. I do that.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll just come up with ones that don't.
Water woman.
Kind of. She just kind of traps her in a jar. And it's like,
That's because Nami's the smartest and realizes it's like,
Yeah,
why
she
waste
smarter,
time
not
fighting
harder.
when I can just like incapacitate them in like 2 seconds with a jar?
I don't know if it's just the movies, because when I'm reading the manga, it doesn't seem like, like Nami and Robin wear like sexy clothes sometimes, but it's not really super pushed on. Is it pretty
as the series goes on, it gets worse
in the manga or in both? Or
particularly the anime, but a lot of people like point like, look at their post-time skip designs. Look, they both have their tits out. But it's like
it's a pre-time skip too.
And they've clearly gotten bigger over the years. Like Nami's breasts here are not the size they were in the early chapters, and I give no fucking shits about fan service. I don't care. Like,
yeah.
If anything, I dislike it. But, it's like, I don't know. I don't think in the anime, it gets to the point where it's like, holy fuck, what the hell are you doing? A lot of people critique Oda for the way he designs women, because he designs a lot of them with the standard stock hourglass figure.
Or a giant monster.
Yeah. And I get it. I get those critiques.
Maybe that's the only thing he knows how to draw or feels comfortable drawing.
Oda, at the very beginning of his manga, he didn't even know how to draw hands, really. Like, he comments on it in interviews and stuff. He's like, I didn't know how to draw hands. So if you look at, like, the early manga, they've all got, like, these giant fucking hands.
He just put his hand down the picture and just started tracing it no matter what the picture was.
I don't care.
Yeah,
if
and they get bigger,
stuff,
but I don't think it's as big, because like the Fishman Island arc, they're in kind of a tropical area. That's like the first post-time skip arc.
Mm-hmm.
So like it's, they're wearing like bikinis and stuff, and it's like whatever. But like in the following arcs, they like just because they change wardrobe every like arc after the one you're on. Because, like, Luffy rocked the red vest for a long time. You're going to come to the point where he starts, like, rocking, like, the orange, yellow, blue. It's going to be like Scooby-Doo when they start experimenting with...
A good thing I'm reading it in black and white, so...
Yeah, you'll see, like, the volume covers when you're scrolling through on your phone. But... Yeah, like, I don't think it's as big of a problem as people make it out to be, but I definitely see the criticism. And it's something that has expanded outwards. I think it's probably a mixture of whether Oda wants it or whether it's something that Shonen Jump is pushing for, because, they obviously give him notes. They allow him probably a lot more freedom than they allow a lot of other mangaka, because look at how fucking successful his manga is.
Yeah.
But he still does have to, like, change stuff.
I like that idea because I'm just thinking about, like, a story about, like, the DC character Power Girl and just how, like, they were... In, like, some story arc, the artist was just kind of given notes. It's like, you can't have her breasts be that large, and why does she have that weird, like, boob window thing? And then they were like, I'm just gonna slowly make them bigger and bigger until someone flat out tells me to stop. Meanwhile, Oda's just being given notes by Shonen Jump to do the opposite. It's like, but are you sure? And it's like, make them bigger.
But if I'm being honest, Oda probably enjoys drawing the busty women and enjoys driving it up as the series goes on.
Which, I was gonna say, like, I don't see as big of an issue in it. In the manga, like, it's one thing to draw, like, a sexy woman. It's another thing to, like, have super leering shots on them. Like, the movies specifically, this one and
Strong World and Z have some.
Like, 6 was fine. And there wasn't a lot of that in 6.
Yeah, so. Like, I don't care if they're busty. It's it's annoying when they're like, hey, here's this shot of Nami's breast close up. It's the only thing on the screen for 20 seconds before we finally do the
maybe
pan
you
out.
forgot, though.
Yeah,
but I forget about those things all the time. It's nice to be reminded.
Yeah, in post-production for the big movie that you're working on, you're totally gonna forget to pan out a little sooner.
No, I mean, just...
Maybe you forgot Nami had breasts.
Exactly.
And you don't want to be, like, shocked if you go on for, like, 20 minutes and then you see her and you're like, oh
God!
Yeah.
It's like a jump scare sometimes.
Anyway, yeah, I have an issue with that for this movie and the fourth movie. It's just kind of like weird.
Yeah, it happens in the movies and the anime a decent amount.
But other than that, I enjoyed Sanji appreciates probably Brooke. I've heard Brooke's kind of...
Brooke is I guess the 3 bona fide pervs of the crew are Frankie, Brooke, and Sanji.
Nami.
Although Frankie, he's not... I think, like, the way he uses pervert and, like, what it means over in Japan is slightly different than what it means over here. Because he's not, like, a sexual pervert. Like, I mean, he doesn't wear pants. But aside from that...
I think that's the best thing said all part. He's not, like, a sexual pervert. Like,
he doesn't wear
pants, but...
I mean, that's about it. He's not really
Anyway,
that side of
I think it's a
that.
pretty good movie outside of that, and it's just kind of like a fun little side adventure. It's not nearly as good as the manga that I've been reading, but it's fine.
Yeah. Movie 4.
What are you giving this movie? Or you're going to give this movie a 6? Maybe a 5.
Yeah, probably a 5.
Still talk about the gear one?
Yeah, Clockwork Island Adventure.
Oh, Pierre would give this one a 5, maybe a 6.
I was thinking
4.
more like a 5 or 4. Probably a 5. Like, there was no real negatives with it. I like that Usopp got farted on. That was funny because I don't like Usopp. But overall, it just seemed like a pretty by the numbers One Piece side adventure.
Okay. Yeah. I mean,
I feel like you're probably going to give this 4.
I gave it a 6.
okay.
I was going to say 6.
I liked it.
Yeah, but then you're like,
Women.
hey, One Piece and women, and there were 3 women in this movie.
Oh, there was the ball guy.
I almost said 4, but I was getting it mixed up with.
Like Robin wasn't. I don't think she was.
Is that what you're giving the next one?
What?
Anyway, let's talk about 4. Dead End Adventure? Is that what it's called?
Yeah, Dead End Adventure.
One Piece in the Big
Where
Race.
it's kind of like the Scooby-Doo and the Reluctant Werewolf of One Piece movies.
Yeah. This is the first actual One Piece movie, where it had a wide release and was given a 90-minute runtime, or 135-minute runtime. So not 135, 1 hour and 35 minutes.
I'm like, what?
My bad.
What version did I want?
Can we talk about how fucked that time is, that it doesn't operate on 100s but 60s? What asshole came up with that?
You can talk to Hinata about that all goddamn day.
Wait, what are you talking about? How you count minutes instead of saying 1 hour so minutes?
A minute should be 100 seconds.
Oh, you mean just time in general?
Yeah, 100 minutes.
Yeah. What asshole was like, yeah, 60. I mean, we do everything else on I guess we don't do everything else on
the weird thing
scale,
but months there's 60s for seconds to a minute, then minutes to an hour, but not hours to a day. It's 24.
60 hours to a day.
Yeah, and then 60 days to a week, 60 weeks to a month, and 60 months to a year, and 60 years to a century.
60 centuries to a millennium.
Yeah. 60 millennium to an eon.
And 60 eons to the One Piece.
60 eons to an epoch. 60 epochs to
Daft
what
Punk.
comes next. Daft Punk.
If you're watching Elon Musk, you got a fixed time.
Elon Musk wakes up. Time to get to work. He goes to sleep to the podcast.
Yeah.
It's kind of just like learning a new language. He just learns about movies in his sleep.
Yeah.
Your opinions.
He just looked up movie podcast, and then he
Sorted by upload date.
Yeah.
And it just happened to be the minute we uploaded it.
You upload right before they go to sleep.
Yeah. So, movie number 4 is also pretty good. I think the length is a little jarring in comparison. I don't think they do a lot with the added length. Some of it feels a little just stretched out. Also, every single one of these movies has a child character for no fucking reason.
That was a big thing with not only the One Piece movies, but One Piece filler. It's because the kind of One Piece formula, you gotta get familiar with, the Straw Hats have to get to know some locals, but it's the movies were no, not locals, a kid on the island.
I was thinking that has to be because, so reading the manga, you have to know how to read and stuff like that, which for some younger kids, they just won't be able to read it, so they're just getting One Piece from, the TV show or VHS copies of, the movie. So having those kid characters make it more appealing to a kid watching.
The thing is,
have a kid to latch on.
This movie,
that is
movie 6, they're too violent for a lot of kids, I would feel like.
That, and I feel like that like
Kids
the West
love
had a
violence.
similar mindset over here in like the 80s. Like they would insert like a lot of kids into cartoons.
Well, yeah,
And it's like I feel like that's a false assumption.
I mean, even shonen stuff in general, they're always focused on like teenagers.
Yeah, like
because teenagers apparently only read about
but teenagers are
But then Gintama, we were looking at Gintama.
Guy
the main
starts off
character's
as like 27.
yeah.
In the first issue.
Well, that's kind of like the like parody kind of series.
That's when my shonen story is going to really start.
When you're 27?
Yeah.
That's soon.
It's not super soon.
It's pretty soon.
That's like 4 years.
It's gonna go like that though.
I don't like this. Luffy's done so much more than Miyagi.
In my mind,
He's also a
I
fictional character.
got past that in my mind when I started thinking Commander Shepard in Mass Effect doesn't like have his first real adventure till he's like 29.
Yeah,
And there's a time skip in 2 and 3.
And
he's like
Inuyashiki,
32 or
he doesn't save
He's
the
like
world
50.
until he's like 6.
I haven't read it, but apparently, like that's one of the big thematics of like I think it's called Kaiju number 8.
I read the first issue.
Yeah, it's like about like the whole theme of that is like it's never too late. Some guy in his 30s like, yeah, I was gonna do all this shit,
Become a
and
kaiju.
then it like his life kind of quickly swept by, and he's like a janitor working for this kaiju facility. And he's like, wait, it's not too late. I can still do shit because like some
He's kind of like the
18-year-old
Vulture
mouth-offs to him.
from Spider-Man Homecoming, where it's like, I clean up the mess after the big fight. Wait a minute, I have powers now. And they go do something with it.
And I've only heard some synopsis of it. I haven't read it, although I plan on reading it at some point.
Oh, kaiju number 8. I thought
Yeah.
Spider-Man Homecoming. The manga of Spider-Man Homecoming.
A tie-in novel.
Yeah, the plot of this one, so the Straw Hats are in this bar. They are low on cash, and Nami and Zoro oversee this shady interaction between a customer and the bartender where he basically lays down 2 coins, and the bartender shows him to this room into the back. So Nami inquires about what that was and finds out there's some sort of pirate event where they can make money going on. But it's super dangerous. Oh no. So, of course, Luffy hearing this is like, yeah, of course. I love dangerous things. Dangerous things are fun. This is the guy who looked at an island that was on lightning and went, I want to go there. So, yeah, this is the kind of shit he likes to do. So he's like, yeah, let's go have fun.
We lost a subscriber.
Who the fuck?
That's because you didn't upload the podcast fast enough.
That's true. I didn't upload it on time. It's 2 days late.
Elon Musk unsubscribed before bed.
It's like, I can't go to sleep unless I'm listening to something.
We're only at 126. Still.
We'll get there.
Better than 125.
True. So basically it turns out there's this big pirate race going on. It's secret. And I wish my one gripe with this movie is I wish the movie would focus a little more on the race.
Yeah.
It's like
takes
one
a bit.
scene. It's like one scene where you see them like racing against other ships, and then it's like, oh, they're by themselves now. They're
Like, the
dealing
moment
with this.
they get away from the island itself and out of its like canal system of rivers,
Yeah, then
and
it's
then
like
like
the
the
race is
actual
over.
race is like, well, yep, we're just kind of going to a place now.
And I would have liked to see like a full, maybe a movie dedicated to an actual fucking race.
Yeah.
But it turns out the
Especially
race,
Go ahead.
spoiler alert, is a farce. There's this ex-Marine there named Gasparde, who is the big bad guy of the film, and he is basically just like Crocodile, but he's made of sugar syrup instead of sand. And yeah, he kind of looks like you've been introduced to his character at this point, although I don't think he's done much. Whitebeard.
Yeah, I think I saw Whitebeard once, like 200 chapters ago.
Yeah. He'll be popping up again soon, don't worry. But he kind of looks like Whitebeard. Like he's got like a similar kind of head shape. But yeah, he's kind of another just kind of one-dimensional villain. Not a whole
Yeah,
lot
it just
going
seems
on.
like they had just finished the Alabasta arc recently in the anime, and they're just like, Crocodile seemed to be a popular character. What if we just kind of make him again?
Yeah, that's kind of like these movies, like, El Drago felt like just kind of a blend of the East Blue villains.
Mhm.
Even the way he took them out reminded me of like DK. I'm not going to specify the name in case he hasn't read that part yet.
Donkey Kong?
How much have
You
read
can
yet?
just say I don't
No,
care about
Don Creek.
spoilers.
Oh yeah, no, he's in our own.
Like, I've-
Okay.
Like, I've had major plot points spoiled to me in character deaths and powers and plot lines, and I'm like,
I figured. I just didn't want to spoil
I'm
the little moments
I'm
where
along
you
for
were
the
stuck on
ride
board.
at this point.
Yeah. Well, that's what One Piece is all about. The ride.
I saw some sort of spoiler the other day. I don't really understand. Well, it might be a spoiler. It might be a flashback.
I'll
I was-
cover my face and you can tell me, and I'll try not to react.
Kill Zoro?
No, it was just like a recommended video when I was looking at I was trying to find these movies to watch, and then there was like a recommended video that was like somebody versus somebody. I'll tell you after the podcast.
Okay.
It's Whitebeard versus someone.
I think I know what you might be talking about, but I'm not sure. Anyway, so yeah, basically, Gaspardé is this big ex-Marine. The other big character we're introduced to around this point in the movie before the race starts is this bounty hunter named,
Xiaomei? Something like that?
Schreider Caspardo or something like that. I'm blanking on his name. But yeah. I like his character. His character's a little poochy, but...
Shuraya.
Schreier?
Shuraya. Yeah. Bascude.
Boss. Yeah.
Bascude. And then there's Needles. And there's Biera, who's an old guy.
Yeah.
That weird twist was dumb.
And then, are you talking about the twist with,
It's a girl! Like, it's not even a twist.
Yeah.
But it was dumb.
It's like,
I assumed that character was a girl beforehand, so I was like really
she's
like,
wearing
wait,
a
what?
really big hat and really baggy boy clothes, so it's like super obvious.
Well, I just like it was mainly the voice I was thinking. Then again, I guess
Luffy's
a lot of kids sound like that. but-
Luffy's voiced by a woman.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just made an assumption and it turned out to be right, and then I was like, wait, what?
Yeah. So I was like, oh shit.
But yeah, he's just recruiting people, and then the bounty hunter's trying to get revenge on him, which is like, oh...
Because he killed his sister, who turns out to be the girl.
The girl.
And that too, when he mentions like, oh, I lost my parents and my sister because of this guy, I'm like, that's gonna be his sister most likely.
Yeah.
Because they have to be related.
It's like, you could have maybe phrased that like family or something, so it's a little bit more broad, and just maybe people won't immediately go, oh, yep. But aside from that, like, I enjoy this movie. I like it. I think it's...
Luffy tries to eat again.
Yeah, he eats 2 big meals, and then he tries to eat the big bad guy.
Yeah, which I always like when Luffy tries to do that. He hasn't done it since the fight with Crocodile in the manga, and I'm very upset. He should be trying to eat regular
We need
people.
more protagonists that eat their enemies.
Just wait till you get to the second most recent saga. He eats some enemies there.
Does he really?
Is that where it goes to the desert island or something? Because I know they go to like a candy island, and I'm like, he has to eat people.
That's the one
there.
I was talking about. It's called Whole Cake Island. It's like the Disney gangster-inspired one. There's a lot of food warriors there that he has to eat through.
The Straw Hats found Candy Island before Captain Knuckles.
Oh no. Flapjack's crying. Oh, Bobby.
The animation's definitely a step up from 2 in this.
Yeah.
Most of it looks pretty decent, pretty fun.
It's rough by today's standards, but I love the little like 3D shot that they do at the beginning. I think it's so fun.
Oh, going through like the town?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They do that. They do another one in 6. It's a shorter shot, but it just reminds me of like the DVD little mini games that you could play where you choose the path.
And on the wall, I noticed something, and I was like, I don't think it was revealed at the point in which this movie had come out yet. They might have shown her bounty poster in Alabasta. I haven't read it recently, so I can't say. But they showed Nico Robin's bounty poster, and it's like the one that they use canonically later on, and I was like, that wasn't revealed at this point yet, even in the manga. What the? So Oda must have just been like, yeah, you can
They
this
put
on.
it in there, and it's in the film's advertisement. It's like, find a sneak peek for the next big
There was-
One Piece story.
There was also a bounty for a guy named Hot Dog. So
Is that a real character?
no, there's.
Not yet.
I was just.
That's gonna be the
That's a
time.
final villain.
I was pausing and just kind of looking at some of the posters. I'm like, I'm just curious. I like these little kinds of Easter eggs. And I was like, yep, didn't disappoint. There's a guy named Hot Dog.
How much was his bounty?
I didn't see. It was kind of blurry. I just saw the hot dog and I was like,
Hot dog. That's pretty silly.
the
But
Dawn
yeah,
Creek's also there.
the
He's supposed to.
the main part, the main like race part where they're going down, I really like that part. A lot of it feels more piratey than a lot of One Piece does, because
Yeah.
a lot of One Piece doesn't really feel like pirates. It's just like they're going and they fight the government or they fight some oppressing force
That's
or
the most
something.
pirate thing to do.
I mean, yeah, but like this one has like
Yeah, I
them
wish-
on the ropes, like swinging back and forth.
Yeah, I wish that One Piece had just a wee bit more naval battles. It's not a big thing that they'll focus on, and if it is, it's usually just Marines fire the cannons.
Like, I
And
was
then,
mainly think, like, with that whole, like, how big does Luffy's crew get? It just takes a lot of people to man a ship and also man multiple cannons and things like that. So it's like, you don't have
Robin's
enough
got
people.
arms.
She can just do everything.
Also, I feel like they give Rob. I haven't seen her do that kind of shit before. She like makes 1,000 arms to make a really big arm to pull the whole ship over.
okay,
I'm not surprised she can do that, but at least at the part I'm at, I'm like,
Jesus Christ, that seems like something that's way too powerful for current Robin to be able to do.
yeah, that's definitely she's able to do that kind of stuff. They don't showcase it until like post time skip, so I don't even know if. There's a lot of things that I've, like, going back and watching these movies again, I've noticed, I'm like, I wouldn't, like, I'm, like, kind of, like, looking, I'm like, that almost reminds me of something that happens a little bit later on, so I wouldn't be surprised, because it feels like, Oda and the One Piece anime, as much as I shit on the One Piece anime, they've got, kind of, like, a symbiotic relationship, where they kind of, like, feed each other,
like
because,
Venom.
Venom.
I know Oda has said, like, when he started writing the series, he was just kind of writing it, and then, like, as it went on, he started just kind of, like, adding features to the Straw Hats based on, like, their voice actors and stuff like that. And I know that there's bits of filler that, like, Oda has given, like, little nuggets of information. And people at Toei know stuff about the ending of One Piece.
Mm-hmm.
He gives them a corner compared to the rest of the fan base. They know stuff. They've straight up spoiled stuff that the manga readers didn't even fucking know before. So it's like,
Luffy's gay.
Luffy is asexual. Something that Oda has stated.
That makes sense. He just wants to eat food and fight.
There's a
Like
panel.
Pierre.
There's
Pierre, you're like Luffy.
There's a panel that happens later on where someone tries to offer him sex, and they're like,
And he goes, yeah.
it's just a single panel of like
Can I
this
eat
woman
that?
having her shirt open at Luffy, and he's just like, hey, that's not food. And it's just like, it's so Luffy. But yeah,
Zoro's gay.
Zoro's,
Zoro might be gay.
he's probably gay. I think Sanji's closeted. I think he's in denial. I think he's hardcore in denial.
Nami's gay, though. At least she's bi. Like, there's a couple panels where she's like, that's sexy. Well, like, she literally says that. I'm like, ooh.
Yeah, I could see.
A little bit of spice.
I could see both Nami and Robin being bisexual.
Yeah, they're gonna get married
Yeah.
in the final time skip where everyone's 50.
And Sanji's gonna cry. He's just gonna be... They're gonna be like, does anybody object? And he's just gonna fucking explode.
I feel
Well,
like
he's
Sanji
gonna-
would be fine with it.
As long as he's on... I feel like he'd be fine with it on the crew, because, like, anytime they would, like, show any affection, he'd just be around the corner like, oh, yes. Yes.
It's getting progressively louder.
Man, there's stuff that happens later on I can't wait for you guys to get to. Oh, man.
Pierre, it's gonna stop.
Well,
I'm probably not gonna... I didn't start with Bleach, so I'm probably just gonna read it all.
Yeah,
I made it through Bleach.
Every time I can come to record Read Weens, I can be like, "Did you read the new chapter of One Piece this week?"
And I'll be like, "Yep, Usopp's not dead yet."
Yep.
Usopp's gonna become your favorite character.
There's no way Usopp could become my favorite character.
He's gonna.
Like, I've turned around on Luffy because I didn't like Luffy at first, but now I'm like, Luffy might be one of my favorite shows.
So if Luffy can do that, why can't Usopp?
Because Usopp's just lame. Like, so far they showed no redeeming qualities. Like, Luffy at least, like, I like how, like...
Have you finished Usopp's fight in Arlong Park yet?
No. I left off right when, like, they're walking to Arlong, and Luffy is like, okay, time to go beat up this Arlong guy. He seems like a bad dude.
When I first went through the series, I feel like I was in a kind of similar mindset, but once I got to, like, his first actual fight, I was like, kind of coming around.
Usopp is like Batman. Like, legitimately, his power set is like Batman. Like, he doesn't have very many powers, but he's really
If I'm being honest, I'm not a super big Batman fan.
Well, yeah, Usopp's like Batman, but better.
True.
Robert Pattinson should play Usopp.
They get the guy who was cosplaying to give him pointers.
I know.
That was him.
Cole Sprouse was, like, rallying, trying to get the role as the live-action Sanji. I don't hate the idea. I think it could work.
I think I could do it.
Yeah, you asked me
But
before you started the
women.
series, you're like, what character would I be? I'm like, Sanji? I don't fucking know.
Frankie.
No.
Frankie Merman.
I have too much association with Frankie and my friend Garrett, because he loved Frankie. And honestly.
And he only wears Speedos.
And you can be Brooke.
Yeah. No, Brooke's way too tall for me.
Okay. Brooke's like, I feel like I'm about the... How tall is Brooke?
Robin, I saw that Robin's like 6'2".
Yeah, no, like, the One Piece characters are generally pretty tall. Like, Luffy's
like
pretty
5'5",
tall.
but like, yeah.
That I don't like. I don't like that Luffy's tall. I don't like that he has a six-pack.
I saw that Usopp has a 6-pack too.
I don't like that.
Don't like that.
He doesn't currently, but he will post time skip.
Well, I saw it in one of the, like, it was just one of, like, the cover things. It was just one of the... Does he have a 6-pack right there?
A little bit.
Oh, no. What, is Luffy at gear 20 yet?
No.
Okay.
Do you I was gonna say, I can answer whatever question.
Has he answered?
Let's finish talking about
yet?
this one. So I really like the fight between him and Dude. I don't like the whole kid arc. I think the kid stuff is pretty bad.
Yeah.
Or at least I think it's a little better than the last one, but
I think if I had to pick between the two, I think I liked Aki's arc maybe a little more. I liked that Luffy was basically like, "You're a little bitch," and he's like, "What? Maybe I am. I better do something about it." Whereas this girl, she didn't really do anything. She tried to kill Luffy, and then she basically took a back seat after Zoro.
Yeah. And I like Zoro's fight with Sanji fights. Whose fights? No, the
Strider.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like his fight with Needles.
Yeah.
That's a good fight.
I like how they subverted your expectations there, because you're usually used to Zoro fighting the sword people.
Yeah.
In any given arc where there's a sword person who's usually the right-hand man on the crew.
And Needles was just like, I have weird claw hands.
I thought it was nice to see that I didn't have to put up with that, because honestly, I don't think it would have been that great of a fight.
Yeah.
Seemed like it would have been a little redundant. But yeah, I like this movie. I wish more happened on the race.
Like in Scooby-Doo and the Reluctant Werewolf.
While I feel like it's a little too similar to how, like, Luffy figures out how to, like, deal with Crocodile and Alabasta, I like the flower idea. Like, I thought it was kind of clever. And I like that Sanji was the one who was like, yeah, here's some flour. Use it well. And also, the fact that it didn't wash off in all the rain that they were in, I was like...
Yeah, I was thinking about that. I was like, why? They're fighting in the middle of a storm, though. This doesn't seem like it would last too long.
Yeah. But I guess it lasted long enough. But yeah, this is one I like. I think the first half of the One Piece movies are relatively weak compared to the second half.
Mm-hmm.
But I think there's some decent, charming picks in here, and this is one of the ones I like.
And that's why you're gonna give this one a 6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll give this one a 5.
Yeah, probably also give this one a 5. I like those two giants, and they're both just like
the jet ski, and then they immediately get taken out because they're dumb. They're like, we can make it.
I also did like when it's like they realize it's a trap, and then Nami just like pulls off a little plaque, and it's like, oh no, this is a fake navigating doggle or whatever.
Yeah.
Navigating doggle.
They had like a compass.
Oh, the log post.
Yeah.
I was like, navigating doggle.
I don't know what it was called. It was just done when they just peel off something. Essentially, it's like, oh no,
you'll see those. You'll see those a lot in the Grand Line.
Yeah, those are the eternal poses. Yeah. Those are what those are called.
Are those just like wayfinders essentially?
What?
Are they just wayfinders?
Yeah, they'll be explained to you
as soon as you get to the Grand Line.
Yeah, once you start the second chunk.
Where the real One Piece starts.
Kind of.
Basically. The first 100 chapters of the prologue.
Well, I'd probably give this movie also like a 5. Like, it was pretty average. There were a few times when I was bored, but it had its fun moments, and Usopp was still there.
Usopp was there.
They could see him crucified. Well, no, I'll probably give that, I say a 5.
A 6.
Again with the 6.
Again with the 6. What the fuck? Alright, final movie.
Baron
Mamoru Hosoda and Baron Omatsuri and the Big
Secret
Butt Island. So, you had told me, this is like the darkest One Piece movie randomly, and we started watching the first 30 minutes, I'm like, what the fuck is he talking about? Because it's all like, la la la, it's like super goofy.
Yeah. I think this movie... Alright, I'm gonna get my big thoughts out of the way. I think this movie kind of, in its way of depicting the Straw Hats, comes across as not... I don't think the Straw Hats would react in a lot of these situations that the movie sets them up to. Like, I feel like Nami getting upset at Usopp over that is not really in her character.
Like, it's one thing to get... She would get upset with him, but it would be like a punch in the head.
Highlight of the movie, though, for me. Someone's finally putting Usopp in their place and treating them like they deserve.
And I think I agree with that statement. I just and literally all they had to do was just be like, yeah, the island makes you angry at your friends or some shit. Like, they just had to say something like that.
Yeah, but is that... I didn't feel like that was what they were going.
No, that's what I'm saying. But they could have just done that to make these more reasonable.
Because it's like... Let's be honest. Nami's a bitch. She does that kind of shit to the other Straw Hats all the time. In fucking Syrup Village when she throws Zoro down the fucking oil slick.
Yeah, that's cool.
The Straw Hats, if they have to, they'll kind of at least early One Piece, they might step on each other to basically I gotta do this. I'm gonna be more equipped for this situation. I have faith that you'll get out of this situation. And it's like... They'll be upset for a little bit, but it won't get to the point of conflict like it does in this movie. And also, the other... there's just little things. It's a bunch of little things. Sanji getting jealous over Luffy's, fawning over another cook. Not once has that ever happened in the series.
Yeah, I like the scene where he's cooking, but I'm like, why is he getting upset about this?
Yeah, it's like Sanji understands that Luffy is a bottomless pit who just loves food and will eat any food, but knows at the end of the day, he thinks Sanji's cooking is the best. Because it is, because Sanji's like a godly cook. And also, Sanji then goes up to Zoro and goes, you weren't watching me cook. You can't eat. that would never happen.
Also,
Sanji would
then he
never
left
do
and
that.
Zoro's still just like, what a dick, but then doesn't eat him. Like, Zoro also would just be like, if he said that, he would just eat anyway.
Yeah. And it's like, that's like the number one, like, thing about Sanji's character. He always feeds someone. Even if he doesn't like them. He didn't particularly like Gin in Baratier, but he fed him because that's what he does. Because he knows what hunger is like. Like, that's the huge cornerstone of his character. But, so, like, it's a lot of the little things like that kind of upset me. I think Luffy loses his spirit way too early on in the movie. Like, everyone just kind of is like, no, Luffy, you did this. And then
he's like, what?
What? And he just stops. He goes catatonic for a little bit.
Ever.
And it's like...
He puts on his hat.
Yeah, and it's just like, I felt like he gave up a little too early. He lost his spirit a little too early.
He just completely gave up, though. Like, I'm done being the pirate king. I'm gonna go sail home. See you guys later.
That's the canonical end of One Piece.
Oh, man.
Everyone else dies.
But I think this movie is really interesting because of the behind-the-scenes story for it. What's the name of the director of this?
Mamoru Hosoda, I believe.
Okay. So he was slated to direct Howl's Moving Castle. He used to work at Toei.
Hosoda, my bad.
Hosoda?
Hosoda.
Okay, so Hosoda was slated to direct Howl's Moving Castle, but then he basically, over creative differences, because he wanted to basically give it his own style, but Ghibli was pushing him like, no, you gotta make it more like Miyazaki's style.
And he said, fuck you, bitches, I'm out of here. I'm gonna go make The Boy and the Beast.
So basically, I don't know if he got fired or if he walked away from the part, but I think he got fired from the project because they were basically like, you're not doing what we want you to do. So he's like, he left.
I'm gonna go make the edgiest fucking One Piece movie.
So he left and went back to Toei where he made this movie. If you ask me, he won. I'd rather make a One Piece movie any day over given an opportunity to make a Ghibli movie. That's my bias.
That's an easy decision.
I mean, I'd probably like to make a Studio Ghibli movie. I wouldn't fucking like to make Howl's Moving Castle, but I also don't like that movie.
So, wait, so you're saying you'd rather make a Ghibli movie than a One Piece movie? So if I'm given creative freedom to make my own One Piece money, I'm definitely going for that.
No, you can't kill Usopp, though.
Can I make Usopp just have, like, the worst day ever?
It'll be called Usopp's no good, terrible, bad luck day.
It can be like, in movie 3, there's a subplot where Luffy and Usopp are basically just running around underground the entire movie. You can have your movie have that kind of a plot where, like, Usopp falls into a big hole at the very beginning.
He's just trying to get out, and people keep dumping trash.
And then at the very end of the movie, they walk by and he's like, Luffy! And then he's like, oh, hey.
Stretches down, grabs him, pulls him.
And then he's like, oh, you smell, and drops him again.
It goes to credits.
Chucks him into the ocean. But anyway, so, like, the whole plot of the movie is like, oh, we're going to this place. It seems like it's going to be a big, fun place, and this big, nice guy, he's going to, make our dreams come true, give us a spa island. But he turns out to be a big, evil dick, and it turns out to be the darkest chapter of One Piece movie canon up to this point. Or One Piece anything to this point.
Yeah, like an eldritch plant resurrect.
Like, One Piece
gets
dark, but it gets dark in a different kind of way. This is like Return to Oz kind of dark, where it's just like this weird, dark, fantastical kind of almost horror.
Yeah.
Whereas like One Piece is dark is usually in like politics.
The last couple parts of this movie remind me of the fucking like Eclipse and Berserk. Like the framing of it and the people dying and him just getting like wrecked. I'm like, Luffy's about to lose his arm right now and lose his eye. And then the skull line.
If only. Spoiler for the Eclipse and Berserk, by the way.
I feel like everyone knows about the Eclipse, though.
Not everyone. But wow.
I mean, they know about the arm and the eye because that happens at the beginning.
I mean, I guess assuming the people getting spoiled know about Berserk in the first place.
Usopp locks up the sun and kills everyone Guts knows and loves, and then Usopp becomes the villain.
Usopp's a lot like Guts. Usopp's like, what's the big guy? What's the big
Pippin?
guy's name? Yeah, he's like Pippin.
I don't think Pippin's way cooler than Usopp.
He's like Judo.
Even Judo's like...
He's like Costco.
Usopp, realistically, if he's like anyone, he's probably like... Who'd you think I was going to say? You thought I was going to say Corcus.
I did.
I wasn't going to say Corcus. I was going to say Gaston.
Griffith.
He's like that one kid with the slingshot.
Ricker?
There's a slingshot kid that shows up after that clip.
Oh. I should read Berserk.
I don't recall, but I haven't read
Just picture Usopp, but like 3 feet tall.
Oh, are you talking about Isidro?
I don't remember that kid's name.
The main character that travels around with them?
Yeah, he travels with them, and it's just like...
Okay.
Usopp's kind of like Puck.
No,
I think I might even... Like, I don't like Puck, but...
They both
like
heal,
Puck
and they're
more
both
than Usopp.
dumb, annoying
Anyway,
mascot
we
characters.
keep going off topic this episode.
It's just
It's
the One Piece bullshit episode.
But yeah, so the main villain is like has this weird giant flower eldritch horror thing that resurrects his friends as like weird plant things. So as long as he keeps it like fed, he'll have his friends.
I gotta say, so aside from the stuff I listed earlier, I also just don't understand how the flower works. What's the big thing that like they all get?
Mouth.
That big thing is its mouth?
Yeah, I think so.
I mean,
I think that's just the end of its stem.
shoulder? Is he always just hooked up to the flower?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's more like a psychic link than anything.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was getting from. Because then, like, Luffy punches it and it all turns to arrows, and like the guy manifests arrows from practically nothing in the first place. I assumed he got it from like bits of the plant.
Yeah, no, I assumed that like the arrows were all made of the plant, and that was mostly like its mouth thing because the little guy. Because every time you saw it, the little plant was going.
And then they just magically like teleport. Why doesn't he just set one of those like off the island and he could just like have random people where fall into it? Does it need to be people?
The plant's roots can't go across the ocean, I'm assuming?
Yeah.
I mean, does it have to be people to revive his crew? Theoretically, couldn't you put like animals or maybe even other plants in there?
Well, the plant was also like evil, it seems, so I assume the plant wanted to eat people.
I also assume that it probably just ate all the animals and wildlife on the island already.
Because there was like nothing there, too.
Yeah.
When you go back and check frames for like birds.
I know, but he could have just taken it to a different island and been like, here you go, there's plenty of birds, plants, people.
Big boat.
Well, I think the plant was there. I don't think he could really take it.
Theoretically, the plant's not a devil fruit user, so he could put it at the bottom of the ocean and it could eat fish and sea life.
Yeah, but
plants don't like salt water.
True. Unless you're a sea plant. It could adapt. It was magic.
Anyway, I share most of your gripes, except with that one. I'm fine.
I think it's fine. I think it's one of the better ones.
Yeah, I really liked the movie besides that.
Yeah, aside from those, I like it.
I do really like the fights in it. I really like the visuals of like the people like wilting away.
I really like the dark atmosphere, despite me being like, it's the darkest One Piece movie. Like, I like that. I don't think that's a problem with it. And
I do like that the tonal shift is, like, dramatic, but I think it works pretty well, because it's like, la 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 la. It's like, dun dun.
What do you mean? Roger was just here a week ago.
And he's like, what?
Right before the big storm. The big storm.
And he's like, I really like the scene, like, right at the end where the old guy, whatever the fuck his name was, Papa, he shoots the plant, and then instantly everything just turns back to, like, a dead plant.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah.
I like...
Don't really like Hitler Pirate.
I don't like his mustache, but I don't mind his character.
I don't understand, like, Oda, like, I don't know why, but he's really into imagery that's a little too close to Nazi imagery.
I don't know if Oda did his.
Or yeah, that's true. But like, he keeps like Whitebeard's pirates have that one symbol that's not a swastika, but
yeah, they eventually went back and changed that. But okay. Yeah, in the initial appearance, it's because he was going for like the obviously like pre World War II swastika meeting, but people
which
are like,
isn't even the same symbol. I get it, but
people are like, you can't.
Buddy.
Yeah, probably not the best idea. Maybe just make it a cross instead.
Like, this is the same ideology, though, that robbed us of Ichigo's cool weapon after he does the Fullbringer stuff. His big, like, swastika disc thing that's not a swastika but looks like one. It was way cooler than him just getting bigger swords again.
Well, true, bigger swords are always cool.
He could throw it, though. Now the toothbrush mustache is cursed forever.
There's a couple really good songs in this movie, too.
100 years.
I wasn't, like, super impressed with a lot of the soundtrack in any of these movies, but there were a couple cool fight songs in this one.
Jumping ahead 6 movies here for Film Z. I just have to bring this up.
Linkin Park song.
No. Avril Lavigne did a cover of a Nickelback song.
You're lying.
The end credit.
You're lying.
I'm not. I can pull up the song right now, and I'll take you to the comments where you'll see everyone talking about, like, any One Piece fans here?
Wait, what Nickelback song?
You remind me of who I really am. That one.
How You Remind Me?
Yeah.
Avril Lavigne did a cover of How You Remind Me?
I'm not going to play it now, because I don't want to get this video taken down.
But I do.
Which movie is that?
It's Film Z, which that is...
Do I need to watch any other movies?
That is like the one film that is so ingrained with the world.
Pierre, now you're like, I need to read more One Piece so we can watch it.
No, I'll just watch it without.
Okay.
But yeah, so I thought that was funny because it's like strange. I don't know if she did it for the movie, but it's in the movie.
Well, that's incredible.
It's still in the movie, so it's a win.
It's a win.
Yeah.
There needs to be more Nickelback in One Piece.
So now one of her songs is on Aragon and One Piece.
Truly, the greatest thing to ever movie. Yeah, I don't really have much else to say about this movie. Like, I like the twists in it. The animation took a little bit to get used to just because it looks a lot different than other One Piece products.
This is around the era where they started, like, experimenting a bit more. Like, Movie 9's got a similar thing where they, like, go really light on the line work, if there's any at all. But
then there's the 3D one. That's number 11, right?
Yeah, that one's like half an hour. I don't even know why it's considered a movie.
Oh,
but
that one's kind of rough.
Everyone shits on it. It's fine.
Oh.
I like it. Like, it's
how's
half
the
an
CG
hour.
look?
I mean, it's maybe a little jarring, but it's fine once you get used to it. I mean, it's not great.
It's like watching One Piece Pirate Warriors.
I mean, maybe more like watching One Piece Pirate Warriors 3, but it's a little older. It's from like 2011.
Yeah, but yeah, I really like this one.
Yeah,
overall,
I like it. It's probably like I might put it above 2. I might not. I don't know.
I would definitely put it above 2. I really like you, Pierre. You said this was your favorite one.
I didn't say that.
You did.
I did not.
It was like 30 minutes in, but you said that. You said this is the best One Piece movie.
Yeah, well, they were just getting a goldfish, and I was hoping that the whole movie was going to be like 2 hours of them just playing catch with a goldfish.
Pierre, you can't not like this movie. It's by the director of your favorite anime movie, The Girl Who Leapt Through Time.
Oh, no, that's my favorite anime.
It's one of them.
Good.
It's pretty high. He sucks. I hate that movie.
Yeah, I wasn't a big fan.
It just doesn't like
movies that so this made me feel like maybe Soda can make a good movie. Because it's the first movie I've seen from him that I liked.
This is the only movie of his I've seen that I've really liked.
Oh, Digimon movie was okay too. I haven't seen that since I was like 16.
Yeah, I've watched this, The Girl Who Leapt Through Time, and The Boy and the Beast.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, you give this one a 6.2.
Yep. Pierre, you would give this one a 4.
Give me a 4. Like, the back half has, like, some, like, cool things happen that I wasn't expecting in the One Piece movie. But I think because I wasn't expecting it, when it happened, I was like, oh, this is weird, but okay.
Mm.
Where before, the other movies were just kind of dumb. And I'm like, kind of want them to just, like, stay dumb.
Well, they don't. They get a lot better.
I'm thinking London will give this a 7.
Yep.
Not a 6. I almost said 6.
It was close to being a 6, but no, I like this movie. Quite a decent amount.
I like the visuals.
Alright, yeah. One Piece episode done.
Yeah.
Next week, Justice League from 2017 and Zack Snyder's Justice League, which comes out tomorrow.
No, it already came out. You didn't hear about that?
For the Tom and Jerry stuff, yeah.
Oh, I was
Which is 4 hours and 2 minutes.
I was going to say, if it came out now, can we watch it right now?
HBO Max had like a little like glitch thing where they uploaded it like early and then...
Well, yeah, if you clicked on Tom and Jerry, some people were getting Justice League Snyder.
Oh, okay, is that what was happening? I thought they had just accidentally put the actual movie up and then they were like, oh, oops.
I mean, technically it was up. It was just people clicking one movie that was playing for them.
Imagine trying to watch Tom and Jerry and you had to suffer through that fucking Justice League. Maybe it's great. Maybe it's going to be great.
I have seen a few reviews so far, and it looks like apparently it's better than the original cut.
Well,
it's double the length, so I don't know about that.
So it has to be better. The longer the movie is, the better.
Justice League is one of the worst superhero movies I've ever seen, so we'll see. It's not as fucking bad as Batman vs. Superman, though, which is the worst superhero movie I've ever seen. Woo! But yeah, we're gonna do that, and we'll see you all next week where we talk about that shit. Okay, bye!
Try not to die.